Guess
I
what
think that's fair
handheld
to
can run
say.
GTA6 PlayStation Portable Tears of Joy?
You
Tears
think
of
it's too
Joy.
big
All
for
these
Switch
clowns
2?
went out and
Yes.
wasted money on the handheld. Did a straight
This
downgrade.
is probably too big for Switch 2. Everyone's going to hate me in the comments
Yeah.
for saying that, but like we have to be really realistic. This is some of the best real-time rendering we've ever seen. I don't expect a Steam Deck to run this. I don't really expect a ROG Ally X to run this. You know, like we have to be really realistic about this kind of stuff.
Just the CPU
I
side
agree.
of it too. Like
Yeah,
the Switch
like-
2 has got like a CPU with a fraction of the horsepower of the Zen 2 CPU core cluster, and I mean, even if you could fit it on the Switch 2, like let's say you were to strip out the RTGI and have like kind of
Oh my
miserable
goodness.
looking lighting and, you know, have poor quality reflections and things like this, would that be a version of the game that you actually wanted to play? Because I think that it probably wouldn't be, and I don't think Rockstar would be comfortable shipping that, right? So I don't think it would really work. Yeah.
I agree. But obviously, there's still so much more we don't know, and we'll be waiting with bated breath for it because, you know, it really is technically an interesting piece. Like, yeah, it is a very big game, so of course we'd cover it, but just being a big game is not enough to necessarily grab our attention. And in fact, sometimes we tend to gravitate towards the less big stuff. But this one is, despite just being what it really is an incredible showpiece. And these guys are doing very, very cool work.
Very cool.
I can understand why it was delayed, given that, you know, there's so much hype behind this thing. Like, it needs to come out and be in good condition. And if Red Dead's any indication, Red Dead 2 specifically, I think there's a pretty good chance that we'll actually get that. They pretty much nailed it with that game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they can pull it off again. So, is there anything else you wanted to say about this before we jump off, guys?
Yeah, not too much. Just outside of saying, like, this is a game that's the byproduct of an extraordinary amount of resources. Just like the amount of time and effort and money that has gone into this, basically making the equivalent of like a real-time, like the cutscene sequences in this are the equivalent of like a real-time high-end CG film in real time to me. Like, it looks almost at that level of quality. And yeah, I'll be certainly curious to get out in gameplay and actually explore and maybe see some more of those scars and actually enjoy the game in the state of a Leonida there. I'd be very curious to see how that looks. But yeah, I mean, this is some of the absolute best I've ever seen in real-time rendering, and I'm sure it's going to be one of the technical highlights of this console generation for sure.
Absolutely. But that's it. You've reached the end of another episode of DF Direct, not weekly, but special, if you will. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and if so, be sure to let us know. And of course, thanks to Alex and Oliver for joining me for this discussion. And we'll see you guys next time.